What up, Silver Gang? Today I'm going to show you guys a smoke lineup for bottom connector that lands on the 6th step. So in my previous video, I was actually throwing the smoke from this lineup over here. However, I found this to be rather inconsistent. I'm only able to land it maybe like once every 4 or 5 tries. So I came up with a better lineup. However, this does require, or not really required, but I would highly recommend that you have like a scout or an op, something where you can like double scope into something, just because it's just overall more consistent with this lineup that I'm about to show you. So what you want to do is you want to see this pillar over here. You want to get stuck like right here. You want to wedge yourself in, and then what you want to do is locate this black dot on that brick, and then from that black dot you want to locate this upside down triangle. It's like this white triangle over here, and you want to aim at the lower portion of that. You don't need a scout for this, but you just like want to aim here, right? And then just walk towards it until you hit the wall. So you can see I kind of moved a little bit. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be super precise as long as you're like walking towards the wall. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to take your scout or op. You want to aim around here of the window, so it's right here, and you want to go lower, 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 lower. So your vertical line is gonna be on that part of the window, and then your horizontal line you want to match it with like the center of this black smudge. So it's gonna be something like this, right? And then you want to pull your smoke out, and then while standing you want to do a double throw. And what this is going to do is it's going to land on the 6th step. So as you can see, it's on the 6th step. So the condition for the 6th step lineup is that it has to bounce and hit the center of this this cube square thing, like this shadow. Has to hit the center of that, and it also has to have the right amount of velocity. That's why you saw me aiming lower, just to be able to achieve that velocity. So let me rethrow that. You can see, and it pops in there, 6th step. So this is a really good smoke because, as you can see, if you're CT, like you're completely blocked off. Even on the right side, like I can't see anything, right? And then if you go on the left side, it's like it's the same thing. Like I'm completely blocked off. Like I have to wait for the smoke to fade to be able to use it as a one-way, right? So let me rethrow that again. So right now I'm like double scope, I can't see anything. Right? I have to jump. Even when I jump, like I can barely see anything. Right? And then even if you go up here, like you can see catwalk, right? You can see some parts of catwalk, but the smoke is like basically constantly moving. So then sometimes you see catwalk, sometimes you don't, right? And that's just the that's just really like how smoke works, right? So right now I'm like blocked off, and then I see this part of cat, and then I see like that part of cat. So that's basically just how smoke works, right? And if you go here, right, you can't really see anything, like you're completely blocked off. And rethrow that grenade. So now I'm completely blocked off, I can't see anything at all, like from here. Alright, so that's basically the 6th step lineup, and like the reason you'd throw this is so that CTs can't throw their own smoke as a one-way, because the thing is that there's really no smoke that lands on bottom connector that is like completely one-way proof. However, you can minimize that by throwing the 6th step smoke, because the thing is you're making it harder for CTs to use it as a one-way. You're making them work for it, because at the end of the day, if you don't throw that smoke, they're probably gonna throw this smoke, right? And this is a one-way, right? If they throw this smoke and it lands on the 5th step, now this is a one-way, right? Like you cannot see them, but they have a clear like image of you basically, and they can definitely get that kill, right? So the idea behind the 6th step smoke lineup is not to make it completely one-way proof, but to make it a lot harder for CTs to abuse bottom connector. So let me throw that smoke again just to show you guys how consistent my lineup is. So again, you want to get stuck right here. You want to wedge yourself in. You want to aim here for this part, and then walk towards it until you hit the wall. And then again, you want to aim here, this part of the window, with your vertical line, and you want to go down, down until you hit like the center of this black smudge, right? And then you want to pull your smoke, and then while standing, you do a jump throw. And this should land on the 6th step. As you can see, landed on the 6th step. And I'm able to land this like pretty consistently. Like I've done it like 3-4 times in a row. So yeah, you don't need to use an opera scout, but it does, having it does increase the consistency. Just because it's almost pixel perfect. I wouldn't say it's a pixel perfect type of lineup where you like aim at a specific dot, but it's like pretty close to that, right? Like I'm sure if I move it like slightly, ever so slightly, I'm still gonna land it. Here, I'll give it a try. So I'm gonna get stuck there. I'm gonna aim at the bottom part of that triangle, hit the wall, turn around, and then so like even if I hit went like, let's say I went a bit lower, like the bottom of that gray patch, and then I do a standing jump throw. Let's see if this lands on the 6th step. It might. Okay, so that didn't. Okay, so that was on the 5th step. So it might be a pixel perfect lineup, I don't know, but as far as I know, like having the scout or op and then aiming it to where I showed you is going to be very consistent. Alright, I'll do it again just to prove it. So get stuck there. This one you don't need a op or a scout. Just aim at the bottom part of that triangle, hit the wall, and aim this part of the window down around here. Standing jump throw. So as you can see, it landed on the 6th step again. So yeah, that lineup is very consistent. So yeah, feel free to use that in your games. Yeah, GG.